Hey guys, this is Matt Shirey. I wrote the program here, the Stats and Standings program that we're going to be using for future stars. I know Scott's relatively familiar with the system, but I made a video here that you could share with the rest of you. A little introduction to how this program works. It's not much. There's the home page, which takes you to the future stars page, this thing here. From here, we have Stats and Standings and schedule. The schedule is relatively straightforward. It's just the schedule of all the games. If you want, you could filter it by venue. You could filter it by the team. Here, stats and standings. This is what anybody could see. This is not admin. This is like for the everyday user. They can view this part, right? I'll get to the admin screen here in a bit. But here's the standings page. Once again, you select your tournament. There's only one tournament. It's Future Stars. It shows the standings by divisions, and this shows the scoring leaders. And of course, there's no data in any of this yet. But to enter this data, enter wins, losses, and stats. What you guys will need to do is you'll need to be signed in, right? And Scott will share with you the sign-in information, the email, and the password. Hold on. Once you're logged in for quite a while, like 8 or 9 hours or something like that. You'll know when you've been logged out when you go to the screen and it's all gray and there's nothing there. You'll just have to close it, come back in, and log in again. Here we're in the admin side. This dark brown is admin. This is what makes the site work. Everything is set up. You really don't need to do much of anything. There's a current tournament, and next year when the next Future Stars comes around, we'll archive this tournament. We'll create a new one. This shows all the players in this tournament. If someone reaches out and says, "Hey, you spelled my kid's name wrong," you can come in here and adjust that. You could also add players here if there aren't any. First name, last name. If there's a middle initial, go ahead and add that if you want. That's not required. I usually just put that in there because sometimes there's teams with a father and a son or something the same name. Venues for this, there's just the gray rink and the red rink, so you won't need to touch that. Where you guys will need to be going is the schedule. When a game is done, you'll want to come here and you'll want to add the results. All the games are already here. If you'd like, this is added functionality here. Before every game, if you want to, you could come in here and you could print out the score sheet, right? And then you could put the final score here. Massachusetts, New York. You could enter, all the goal information if you'd like. Who got the assists, time of the goal, anything like that. I know time of goal, if you want to go back and find the highlight of it or something, and that's useful. Penalties here. What you could do is you could print this list before every game. Just a nice to have. You don't need it. But when the game is over, we're going to come down here. When the game is over, well, first of all, there's Massachusetts at Pennsylvania, 9 a.m. If you need to change something, like it changes rinks or something, whatever the case is, you could always go in here and you could edit it, right? Here's the tournament. Here's the date of the tournament, the time of the tournament. You could pick your teams, so all the teams here will be listed. Select your teams. Girls 14, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts. Here you could change the rank if you need to, but everything should be set. Hopefully we don't need to touch that. When a game does take place, when it's over or whatever, you could do it during if you want, but I think most people do it, after the fact. You come in here and you could pick the results, right? Now, if the game's like ongoing, you could just sort of have this open on your iPad if you want, and you just enter things as they come. But usually, what people do is when the game's over, they go and fill this in. So when the game's over, you'll say click there, click final. Game status is final. Don't click PvP for any or TVP for anything. That's wired up goofy. Just click final. We'll say Pennsylvania beat Massachusetts 2-0. That's what we do here in Pennsylvania. We win. We'll give Zaley 2 goals and Brooklyn 2 assists to make it easy. The difference, or a new added functionality for this is for each team you need to enter the goalie. Each team has a goalie or 2. Sometimes, that's why we do this. Select the goalie because some teams have more than one. Let's give Zaley a penalty. Enter board. And you could enter a period if you want. You could enter the time it took place if you want. That's not required. But give her minutes, give her a penalty. Let's click save. Now from the home screen here, you should see, well, first we'll look at schedule. You'll see Gray Rink. That game took place already. Massachusetts beat Pennsylvania. If you want, you could click on it and see who did what. Let's see if the filter works here for Gray Rink. Yeah, it does. So let's go to Stats and Standings, or this, yeah, Stats and Standings tab. Select our tournament, and you should see that's reflected here. Pennsylvania, 1 win. Massachusetts, 1 loss. Goal differential of 2 because they won 2-0. There's 13 points. 10 points for the win, 1 for the shutout, and 1 point for each goal differential. Scroll down here, you'll see that Zaley and Brooklyn both have 2 points, but Zaley's on top because her points were goals, right? So we have everything here that we need. But let's say, like, you know, you need to adjust something. Say they won 3-0 or something. So we'll come back here. Or, you know, say you gave the wrong person a goal, right? We'll say they won 3-0. Zaley got 1 goal and Brooklyn got 2. We'll give Zaley an assist, right? So Zaley has 1 goal, 1 assist. Brooklyn has 2 of each. Goalies remain the same. Penalties remain the same. We'll save it. That should reflect here. Yep, 3-0. Let's see. Goals, assists. Yeah, that's all good. Let's look at the stats and standings. That should change a little bit. You'll see since they won 3-0 now instead of 2-0, they get an extra point. Let's see, and 2 goals, 2 assists, 1 and 1, 2 for 4, 4 and 2. I mean, yeah, I think that's right. Let's look again. Is that what I did? 2, 2. Yeah, that works. All right, let's go back home. Stats and standings. I want to show you something else. Pennsylvania. If you click on Pennsylvania, you'll see the roster, and you'll see their schedule. Brooklyn Donovan had 2 goals. Let's see. Just click on Zaley because I know she has a picture here. This shows her little stats page. And you see her penalty minutes. The goalie, Addison. Pennsylvania, 1 win. Goals against average is nothing. Let's go back here. Let's look at Massachusetts. I try to make it so there's a billion different ways to get to where you need to go. Let's look at Olivia. She has a picture. She 1 loss. She lost 3-0, so she has a goal against average of 3. And let's say you totally screwed that up and you really don't know what to do now. Worst case scenario, what you could do is you delete the game. Just delete it, right? And that should also reflect here in the stats and standings. Girls 14, no points. Massachusetts, no points because that game is gone. Those girls have been taken off the leaderboard, and you can just, like, if you screw up immensely, you could just go back and add that game again. So we're going to add that game again. Future Stars, that was August 8th. That was at 9 a.m. Home team was 14 girls, Pennsylvania. Visiting team is 14 girls, Massachusetts. And that was on the Gray Rink. Let's add that game in. And then that should be it. If there's any, if something goes bump in the night, if you know something isn't adding up, I'm going to be on vacation, but I'm going to have a computer with me. So reach out to me. Let me know what it should be. If I have to go in and fudge the numbers in the database, I'll do that. But so far, everything looks like it's adding up fine. Once again, Scott will reach out to me if something doesn't go well, and we'll figure it out. It'll be all right. But that's how you would enter that stuff. So hopefully that's everything you guys need. Best of luck. I may or may not be making an appearance Friday or Saturday for the playoffs. I might get a rental car from Virginia Beach and drive up to Buffalo and leave my family behind. But all right, thank you guys very much for giving me an opportunity here. I appreciate it. Best of luck.